Hello everyone, this is Natural. This is going to be a 4x4x4 tutorial on how to solve the Rubik's Cube, the 4x4 Rubik's Cube. I have an Asian brand in front of me. This is the Rubik's brand. This is what you probably will most likely have. We'll have to teach you some new notations. Basically, when we had on the old Rubik's Cube how this is R and this is R inverted, right inverted, this is left inverted. One difference I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be saying left. I'm going to be saying L. I'm not going to be saying right. I'm going to be saying R, front F, down D, up U, and B, or back B. Because it's just a lot easier when you're like thinking of the algorithm in your head, like a really long parody, like will be in the last video. Instead of saying 2 right star, 2 back, you could say 2R star, 2B. It just goes like faster in your brain. You could just solve it faster, and it's just easier. Another thing is inverted is not inverted anymore. It is prime. You could say inverted if you want, but it's 3 syllables. It could be 1. Inverted, prime. It's just easier. So just remember, if I say prime, think inverted, and eventually you'll just know prime is counterclockwise, and it'll just stick in your brain. So this video I'm going to be doing the centers. Then next video probably edges. Then last video parity cases, which was 5 of them, but I'm only going to show you 3 of them because 3 have only ever happened to me. The other 2 are pointless. They could be fixed when you're doing the top cross, and you will never even know that they were there. I don't know why they even exist. It's when like these. I'll show you when I get there. Alright, so let's get to it. Hold on. Never mind. More notation. Prime, I forgot to say, is a apostrophe. So like, you know how Rubik's is spelled R-U-W-I-K apostrophe S? It's the apostrophe. It's the comma that's on the top, if you know what I mean. So if I say R prime, it's an R, and then prime is the comma. A star is that thing you can you make a plus sign, then you make an X. So it's just a star, like on a kind of like a bullet, but a star. You know what I mean. So that means 2 layers. Wait, yes, that means 2 layers. So R star is R 2 layers. R prime star is R star, which is 2 layers, prime, which is counterclockwise. And then same like U, L, R prime is single layer, R prime stars, same difference. It's pretty much, it's not that hard, it's just basic notation. Alright, so let's get on with the centers. First, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get into a color scheme, but I'll get to that after we finish our first center, because you're gonna have to make your own color scheme, kind of. So what you do is what we're doing is we're making a 1x2 bar. We're making a 1x2 bar, putting it on the top layer, then making the other 1x2 bar and matching it up so you have a 2x2 center, which will be your center. So let me just show you a really quick example. Now you see how I have a 2x2 yellow in the middle? That 2x2 yellow is that one yellow in the middle. So all these 4 pieces that make a 2x2 is that one piece. I'll get more into that later when we're finishing off how to solve it in the first place. The last step minus the parity. Anyway, so I'll mix that up again really quick. Sorry, this is not very good cube. It's very tight, no quarter cutting ability, just on it at all. I'll be having reviews on every cube I have, and I'll have more cubes coming in the future. Anyway, so we look around. Never mind, that's still matched up. Let me just move this around. Alright, so what you have to think about when you're doing this is locations of different centerpieces. So if you take off one piece of every side, you have a 2x2 piece. That's kind of like what I was saying about I meant to say when I was talking about the color scheme. You have to make your own because there's no centerpiece on these. On the Rubik's Cube, or the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, if you take off one piece of each side, you have one piece in the middle, the centerpiece. If you take off one piece on each side, you have 2 pieces to deal with, and if you take off 1 more of each side, you have nothing. Which means that that 2x2 piece has to be your centerpiece. You have to make your own. And that can get a little difficult. Not really, but for beginners it can be a little difficult. You'll be thinking like, what? How do I make my own centerpiece? It's just, you have to, I'll get there, I don't know. So what you do is you look at it, and you just, there's 2 oranges here. Just look at this upper left is the upper left. I'm just like showing you the different centerpieces of the centerpiece. Upper right is the green, bottom right is the blue, and bottom left is the other orange. Show you on a different side. Upper left is the yellow over here. Top left is the yellow, top right is the blue, bottom right is the red, and bottom left is the green. So what we do is we look around, and we see how this blue or this green is in the top layer, and it's in the top right, and this is in the front face, it's in the bottom left. So we can't just try to match it up because they're diagonal. They have to be 1x2 bars. Like this green would have to be here. So what we do is we put it into correspondence with that piece. So we have to put this in the top left because this is in the top right. So they're both going to be in the top left and right to make a 1x2 bar. So then you turn it vertical. Well, you don't have to right now, but just do it. Next, I'll just move that out of the way. You look for anyone in. You look for it in the middle layers. It could be on the bottom. It's just make sure you don't mess up the 1x2 bar that you've already done. What you do is you look to see if this is the top right. This is in the bottom left. Again, you can't go over. It's going to be diagonal. So you have to. This is in the top right. You have to put this in the bottom right, and then you match it up, and you match them up. It's just simple. So once you do that, you put that on the bottom layer, and you look at your top. Now we have easy case right here. I've been looking at it really quick. Top left blue, top right blue. We could just match them up, turn it vertical, and we can't turn it vertical this way and pull it back down because blue is always across from green is always across from blue, not adjacent to it. So when we've done that, we've matched it up, we turn it vertical to the opposite side that we've turned up, and then we pull it back down. Look in the middle layers. Here's a green, or here's a blue, and here's a blue. I'm just gonna do that so you could show you different cases. So you see how this is in the top right, this is in the bottom left. We'll put this into the bottom right, so it's in correspondence with this one, and we'll match it up. And then we will, and again, now we can't just match it up like that, because then you mess up your solved center already. So what you do is you align them so they're on the same layer, like this. Then you knock one out of its place, do a U2, and then pull it back down. So you make both of these still solved. So when you have your first 2 done, you put one on the left, put one on the right, and that. You just put one on the left, one on the right. Now what we're going to do is make 1x2 bars all the way across this area on the cube, and solve last 4 centers simultaneously. So you look around and see how I have this is technically one that's already solved, but I'm just going to do this. And you see I have an orange in the bottom left. I have, okay, never mind. Okay. Wait. Alright. Now you see how we have a yellow in the top left and a yellow in the top right? We could just match that up, and whenever we match one up, you turn it vertical to make sure nothing else gets messed up. So you could turn the cube around, make sure those pieces, the centers that you solved are still on the left and the right. And we have an orange right here that we can match up with another orange because there's 3 here. One is going to have to be in the top left because this is in the top right. So if we do this, we could knock this already solved one out of the way and match this with this. Watch, like, these are all oranges, so I knock this 1x2 bar out of the way. I turn the one I just solved vertical, and I pull this back, and 2 of them still stay solved. Look around, top left, bottom left, the yellows. So I can put this in the top right, and I will not mess up the one black that I have solved. I will match it up, turn it vertical, and pull it back. I'm just going to put these next to each other. Now, another case, the last 2 centers are wrong. The last 2 1x2 bars we have to do. We have a red in the bottom right, and a black in the top right, and they're in the same place. This black's in the top right, this red's in the bottom right. So what we do is we see how this black's in the top right, we have to get the other black in the top left. If we do that, it's going to be a simple case. We just pull it up and match it up. I'll do that again. Let me just get a different case up. Alright, I'm just gonna do a few more. Well, see how this yellow's in the bottom right, this yellow's in the top left, put it in the bottom right, match it up, and that. So that's that. Then black already lined up for you, bottom left, bottom right, match it up, turn it vertical. Let me just move these. Alright, then next to each other. So here, top right red, bottom right red, so we put it into correspondence, turn it, and put it vertical. And that's those. So what you do is you just turn the centers to match up a 1x2 bar, or two 1x2 bars to make a 2x2, and make sure you have these two still solved on the left and the right. Just turn them until one matches up. So I have a yellow matched up, and I have a blue on the top, or you could have the green on the top. So what you do is you look for a corner piece. Remember, corner pieces have 3 colors on them. Look for a corner piece that 2 out of the 3 colors are one of the top or bottom colors that you solved in the first place, and then one of the ones that you've just solved. So the second one I solved were like the first 2 that are across from each other. I'll go with the green, or yeah, the blue. And then the one I just matched up with the 1x2 bars is the yellow. So I'm going to look for a corner piece with blue and yellow in it. And I already have one right in front of me right here, but you might have to look around the cube. And remember which ones you have solved. So right here I have one. It's blue, yellow, red. So remember that color scheme. Blue, yellow, red, blue top, yellow right, red left. So you look at it, blue top, red right, yellow left. Wait, what? No. Blue top, yellow right, red left. Blue top, yellow right, red left. Red is going to be this on the left. So you hold them, the ones you solved in the first place, on the left and the right. This is going to be the red center. So you look for the other red 1x2 bar, which is under here. What you do is the same thing as when we were matching up the the blue. We were matching up the second centerpiece. Instead of just turning it once and then turning it twice, we're going to turn it twice, then twice, and then pull it back twice. So then you have these 3 in the correct color scheme. And another thing that comes into factor is the opposites of every color on the Rubik's Cube. Like I'm saying with the color scheme, you're gonna have to memorize this. Always across from red is is orange. Always across from red is white or black. Always across from green is blue. So what we're looking for is across from red is going to be orange. So across from red, see how it solved itself? It's not supposed to be like this, so this has to be orange. So we keep the ones on the left and the right that we solved in the first place, and we pull an orange piece up. That's going to be right here. Turn it twice and pull it back. This is going to have to be the orange. So what we do is we put this up, knock it out of place like this is the blue center. Turn it twice and then pull it back, and that is the centers on the 4x4 Rubik's Cube. I'll make part 2 in a few days, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, whenever I have time, on the edge pieces. Then soon thereafter, parity cases, which I'll probably only do 3 of them. I think that's pretty much it. Any other questions? If you want me to go more in depth, if you didn't really get like the video that much, if I think I went too fast, just comment, tell me. Maybe I'll redo the video or do some more in-depth cases that can happen on the centers. Anyway, this has been Cubernatural, and I'll see you guys next time.